scams. And this gives the potential. We have a huge support mechanism, 2 levels. One is that we are training everybody, management team, in the operation team, and all the staff, and it's huge packet how we train. Secondly, we have also big academy. It means that it's intranet in internal academy where we are giving all the manuals. For example, also how to sell. For example, the birthday party, what's birthday parties including. We are giving everything ready for you guys and developing all the time those. And third one, we have built also 2 options that we have also, that if you want to investing and operating themselves, of course, we are supporting that level. But if you don't want to operating yourselves, you are interested to investing in your community, we are also building with Tushar and his guys and our guys together, management team who is supporting the in practically and taking care of the operation. And those are different ways.
Yeah. So Joa, just to pitch in, since you talked about the different models, obviously we'll also be taking questions of people in the meanwhile. So anybody, if you have any questions, kindly post them in the question box or the chat box. Also, I would like to hear from you about the difference. So we often get a question that what is the difference between the European standard machines and also the Chinese equipments that nowadays, they are quite prominent in India in most of the children parks. So can you just, if you can throw some light on what is the difference with some examples in the European standards and the Chinese standards that we currently have in?
Okay, thanks. There is differences. We are making our capex is that way that it's not maybe the most cheapest materials what we are building, but reason is that because in our parks is visiting 150 to 300,000 people in yearly, and they have to be sustainability many ways. They have to take those million people and still continue those activities that they are not broken. This is one reason why quality has to be very high. Second one is very, very important, safety. Safety. We are in the family business and those things. Those materials we don't like, so-called plastic and those things. And that's the reason when we are like we have said, we have 30, 40 different activities, but we have end of the day 100 activities what we can choose with our partner, local partner together. And of course, for example, India cricket and those what is your market is very important. We can integrate those games there inside that people can join. But it's also nice that every country's people can try also the global things, what they are not normally trying. But like Tushar asked me, it's very important that quality of the materials. And like now, what is our size here, what we need? I think so smallest one what we can accept is about 1,000 or 1,500 square meter. It means 10,000 to 15,000 square feet. And biggest one in Finland, we have 80,000 square feet, but in Asia, we are thinking 35,000 square feet or something like that. I think the best one is about something 25,000 square feet, but it gives the possibility if, and of course the capex little bit changing how big you have, because we need more activities and those things. And we can
I have one query on this. Sorry to interrupt. So when we talk about sizes, like we said that it might start from 15,000 square feet and go up to 27,000 square feet. Can you give us a brief idea how many activities can be installed in a 15,000 square feet and a 27,000 square feet SuperPark?
Okay. For example, in Manila, we have 1,000 square feet. 10,000 square feet activity park, and there is 21 or 22 activities. I think so 15,000 is 25. when you are putting 27,000, like you say, I think so is 35 activities. And that makes a huge possibility to make. One issue, of course, is the requirements of the location, is that we need high ceiling height. It has to be minimum for something 4.5 meters. And how higher is, it's better that we need also some places that it's a little bit higher, but 4.5 we can somehow to success to doing that. And then maybe we are jumping slowly to the next to the India market. I can explain what is our target before our India expert can show the numbers. I don't remember is coming next slides to India, but our target is to start
we'll
in
be showing
India
the numbers
market.
post this, yes.
Yeah, starting India in this year, and now we are in this situation that we are looking for the different cities, different states, partners, investors, operators, and those things. Now we have something on the table. We are continue negotiation with them. But of course, if you are interested, there is room of to coming to the negotiation and start to thinking this. And after this, who is interesting, of course, we can share the more materials and you can discuss with Tushar. And then, of course, call to me also if you need something. But our target is that we can start first parks in this year, end of this year. Normally, our building project is about when somebody is making decision and there is the land, location, premises ready or something, it makes few months to changing the location, but same time, we have to order the activities and making those normally 6 months and it's ready. And that's the reason we have to make first decision in next 1 or 2 months, who is worst one and which cities in India. But 100% sure that we are opening end of this year first parks in India. But we are targeting about 25-30 parks and different cities. And we have two models, like I said. We are targeting that 25-30 parks in the next 5 years. And then we are making 10 years plus 10 years contract with partners and investors. And we have two models. One model is that normal franchise model that you are investing yourself and operating yourself, and we are supporting all the levels, everything from start to layouts to the opening, that all that between that materials and everything. And there we are taking 6 plus 1% of the from sales and an initial license fee 90 lakhs, like there is reading. But second model is that if you are, for example, the landlord or investor, and you are thinking maybe I take one or few parks, one park on my own city or few parks, then I can also taking management services, and then management fee is 10% of the gross profits. And I think so. We can show a little bit the numbers, how it's going, and maybe Mr. Ashok can show the numbers and explain, and then we can answer if there is something questions.
Yeah, thank you, Juha, for explaining everything in a very detailed manner. I hope everybody is now clear about the concept and the origination of the concept. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Ashok. So as you can see on the screen, there are some numbers, and Mr. Ashok is the specialist in numbers, so he'll be able to explain you better. So, Mr. Ashok, over to you.
Thank you, Tushar, and thank you, Juha, to explaining the presentation. I think so. These numbers we are looking at 27,000 square feet area. We have basically two different offerings. As Juha presented, so we have two models. One we can set up in like 10 to 15,000 square feet area, right? That's a smaller investment, and for 27,000 square feet, its investment is around 12 to 13 crores, right? So is it better, Tushar? So let me share my screen, and if we can discuss these numbers, will be better, and that will give more clarity.
Sure. Please.
Okay. So you can. Okay.
Yes, you can share your screen now.
Yeah. Okay. So now, before talking about the numbers, let's have a look at some comparative numbers of the super parks and footfall that we are considering for India, right? Because this gives us confidence and reality check that these numbers are achievable or not. So these are the locations that we have looked at. So these are the performances of the first 12 months when these parks were started. So Kuwait, these are the general admissions, 14,000, 16,000, 13,000. So if you look at the average footfall for my Kuwait, it is more than 30,000 uh, people every, that is the average footfall for Kuwait. For my Kuala Lumpur, my average footfall is 13,700, right? Footfall for my Singapore is more than 20,000. That is the average for the year I'm talking about. In some months, you will have a higher footfall, in some you have like lower. But on an average for the year is more than 20,000 per month, right? Again, for Finland, we have like average footfall of 11,000 people, right? Now, once we're talking about the India and Indian markets, we are considering an average footfall per month starting at like 5,200, 5,300 people and going up to just only 7,200. So if you look at average footfall for India, we have considered very low, right? Now, let's talk about some investment numbers. So the area requirements, that's 12,000 square feet. So this 12,000 square feet can basically incorporate your 21 activities, right? Where your rental that we have considered for your space around 9 to 10 lakh rupees kind of rentals. Property renovation and alteration is a kind of civil work is required 30 lakh rupees, right? Activities. So the activities and games, these are the imported items, and all the activities and equipments will be imported from international locations, right? So that is your 4.56 crores, and that is the maximum investment of this business model. It's around 60% of this entire setup is your activity cost. Installation of activities will cost you around 33 lakh rupees. Shipping of these activities will cost you around 34, 35 lakh rupees. IT and digital around 33, 34 lakh rupees. Graphics and designs around 39 lakh rupees. General design and interior work is over 54 lakh rupees. Now, if you see these numbers highlighted in yellow, so these are the activities that you can source locally from India, right? And this will give you an optimization of 30%. So these are around 1.6 crore. So you can basically hardly optimize this 1.6 crore investment. So there is a room of like 40, 50 lakh rupees kind of optimization possibility in this business model, but your overall capex remains around 8 crores.
Yeah. Ashokji, I have a query on this. So
Yes.
when we talk about the cost of shipping for activities, does that include the shipment cost plus the import duties as well?
Yes.
Okay. And when we talk about graphic and design and general design, so what is the difference between the two?
Now, this is your graphic general design is your basically the park that you are going to build. So interior branding and signage, that's the entire design, right? Graphic design, you are going to create a 3D designs for your activities and installation. So that is the all this is CAD work, so these activity design in the with the heavy graphic tools. So those are the activity designs are separate.
Correct.
Okay. Any other query on this?
Please carry on. I think post this, we'll directly come on to the revenue and the profit and loss for optimistic and practical scenario. And yeah.
Okay, so then you require inventory purchase of around 25-26 lakh rupees, your property deposit of 28 lakh rupees, and working capital you should carry about 1 crore. Okay, to start the operations, right? So your financial bandwidth for my franchisee is 10 crores. So the partner who is looking for this opportunity, he should have a clear financial bandwidth of 10 crores along with the appropriate location. Now let's have a look at the location scenario. Okay. Before this, I'll give you the calculations of revenues, how we are calculating revenue for these activities. So as Zuha said, there are multiple revenue streams for this business, right? One is your general admissions. So general admission is a 2-hour ticket. One can just play for 2 hours, right? And that ticket cost we are considering on weekdays is going to be 949 rupees, and on weekends it's 1100 rupees, right? General admissions, if you look at my month on month, these are my numbers that we are taking, right? So over the weekend we see less traffic, and over the weekends you will see the higher footfall, right? And these numbers are conservative, very conservative. If you compare with any play station in malls, they charges anything starting from like 3,000 rupees to 6,000 rupees kind of entry fees, or you can say ticket they charge. And they do like these digital play, digital event kind of like games, where hardly your kids is going to spend 1 or 2 hours to spend that kind of money, right? So our numbers are very conservative and realistic. Second one is my birthday parties. So we are taking average ticket size per person of 1,500 rupees for 10 attendees, and we expect 400 attendees in a month. That's and the 6 lakh rupees of revenue. Your main revenues come from general admissions, right? Then we have groups. So groups for your, it can be a corporate group, it can be a school, so those groups we have considered, and they're like 83,000, 1 lakh rupees kind of a revenue per month. And then you have the monthly membership, right? So on monthly membership you got a like you get like 30 days a time to spend that money and time, right? So another 1.5 lakh rupees per month. And some of the revenue will come from your F&B. Even if your 30-40% of audience they buy something for beverages or drinks, that will be considered here, right? So now let's have a look at my monthly revenues. Like here it's 67 lakh rupees, and it goes up to 95 lakh rupees. So 9.6 lakh rupees is my revenue in low business case scenario, right? Once we talk about the optimistic scenario, but it's not the optimistic, it's ideal case scenario, my revenue goes up to 12 crores. Okay, so 9 crore versus 12 crores is the my revenue difference in both scenarios, right? Now let's have a look at my performer. If you look at my revenue is 9.6 crore first year and goes up to 14 crores in the year 5, right? 6% royalty to the brand. Then you have the other costs. So the merchandise, or you can say F&B that you are going to sell, that's going to be some cost. So we have considered 50% cost, because most of the stuff you will buying and selling at the outlet, ready stuff, right? Plus to serve the birthday parties you require, it will incur some cost. So 20% we have considered for that, and other expenses we have considered at 30,000 rupees per month. A property rent is around 10 lakh rupees a month. Then you have 1.5 lakh rupees cost for electricity, water, and wastage. Again, so this may be can be a little higher, so that it doesn't impact much my returns or profits, right? 20,000 rupees for the cleaning purpose, maintenance 50,000 rupees per month, sanitization 20,000 rupees per month, general maintenance 50,000 rupees per month, right? And then you have the staff operating costs. So we have 2 operations manager at 45,000 rupees, 4 duty managers at 20,000 rupees, and 20 full-time staff at 18,000 rupees a month. Your marketing and sales cost, so third-party agency or freelancers, 5% commission for them. We are also taking local marketing expense at 2% from your revenue and 1% for international marketing. Right. Apart from that, you are going to have your backend office, admin office, admin expenses we have considered here, even your professional directors, insurance, employee compensation. So, and account, legal, office, admin, everything we have considered, every possible cost. Now see, if you look at this admin and office admin cost that we have considered, this a lot of cost you can optimize at your end. Right, you don't require to have so many things in place. You can start simple operations. You can have a basically simple office associated to your park itself, and you can operate from there, right? So you don't need a separate office space to operate this. This is for the partners. Once they do multiple units, they set up 3, 4, or 5 units, then they require a one place admin place to manage these all parks, right? So for single parks, this a lot of cost from this can be optimized. My total expenses including all is around 4.5 crores, right? My revenue was 9.6 crores, so my profit is here like 5 crores first year, right? Second year is again 5.7 and goes up to more than 8 crores per year kind of my profits. From this, if you pay the corporate taxes, so now the calculations that we are doing here for your break even, we are talking about the your profits after taxes. Okay, if you consider like similar brands or similar companies, they don't consider, they show you your profits before taxes. Okay, so we have deducted the taxes, and then we are saying your profits are going to be, if we take average for 5 years, it's going to be 58% return every year, right? Your break even is 27 months.
Yeah, that sounds really great, Ashokji. I'm sure we can say that these numbers are practical and promising as well. So I can also see that there is a so keeping in view the paucity of time, I would like to ask you directly. So this is in the low case scenario. I'm sure wherein we are not considering the festivities and everything which will have more footfalls. So if we can directly come on to the optimistic scenario and show the difference in the ROI and the payment months directly, and then we can conclude the financials. And for more details on financials, we'll, I'm sure, connect with the attendees directly for more details.
Okay, so Tushar, in my like optimistic scenario, my operating expenses remains the same as these are considered in my low case scenario. Here the difference is basically you have better revenues. So your revenue starts at 12 crores and goes up to 18 crores per year in year 5, right? And if you look at my returns in the optimistic scenario, we get higher returns. On an average for 5 years is going to 75% return, right? And your break even is around 20-21 months. So that is the difference only.
That's amazing.
Okay.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So I can
I think
now you can now you can take the question.
Yes, great. So I don't see many queries right now, but I've already reached out to most of the attendees prior to this webinar, and I'm sure they'll be connecting one-on-one and having more discussions on the same, and with me and also directly with the brand.
Yeah, one more insight, Tushar, I want to add here.
Also have Mr. Praveen.
Yeah, Tushar, just sorry to interrupt you.
Please
I want to add one more here. Even if you take this park at your mall locations, number one, you are going to have higher footfalls. Second thing, you can increase your price in malls and premium markets. you can increase your revenues drastically. Third thing, basically, you can optimize your costs. Even if you can't optimize your operating cost, you increase your cost even like 10% or 20%. Even then, this business will give you more than 50% profit.
Absolutely. I mean, that's amazing. I mean, keeping in mind the amount of investment that we are making and the returns and especially the break-even period, it sounds really promising and a very good opportunity, because right now in India, what we see are trampoline parks wherein parents stand outside. They are not that premium and children's play. So it is a combined, keeping in view also the global demands, as Joha said, the health demands, the physical movement, and they are getting there. So I would also like Mr. Praveen Sharma to throw some light on what he has to share regarding the concept.
Thank you, Tushar. A brief financial description was given by Ashok, and he has already mentioned the ROI and the break evens, and the good scenario and a normal scenario also was mentioned along with. And of course, Joe had given the insight about what this entertainment park is all about, and it is a family program that is run there. So a few moments earlier, Tushar just mentioned that in India right now, the kind of trampoline parks we have, wherein only children do take part, and parents usually don't take part because it is the total thing is not supported for adults. But whereas if we Super Park is one place where it is a place for everyone, not only for children but for the elders also. So I think it is a win-win situation for somebody to invest in this type of a project. And looking at the ROI, it really sounds good.
Thank you so much, Mr. Praveen.
Thank you,
So
Tushar.
to conclude, I would also sorry, we have Mr. Roger also here. So Roger, if you would like to pitch in.
Yes, hello hello
Yeah, hi.
India. Greetings from Finland. Yeah, as a commercial director, we have a great team together with like Indian team led by Tushar to help all of the candidates and future operators and investors to start running the business. So we are ready.
Great. Thank you so much, Roger. We are really looking forward to open a super park in India anytime soon in 2024. So, Juha,
Tushar,
would you
one
like
more.
to conclude?
Yeah, Tushar, some more
Yeah.
clarification I want to just add here, because we keep hearing this from our investors or
Yeah,
from partners.
yeah,
Guys, this is the super park.
sure.
If you talk about the technology, infrastructure, and the equipment, the quality they use, international quality, means extreme quality standards they follow. They don't compromise on quality, and these equipments and activities can survive for like up to 10 years, and that brings your maintenance cost up to very low level. Otherwise, if you look at the other trampoline parks, their maintenance cost is very high. So the profitability in those parks, even if you can start the park at a lower investment, but maintenance cost is very high, so you cannot make that kind of profitability that super park bring for their models. Yeah, so that's from my side. You can take for your concluding remarks.
Yeah. So I would like Juha to conclude the meeting for us. Juha, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, please.
Thank you very much, Tushar and Ashok, the presentation. You helped us, and like everybody has said, we are ready now. We are making negotiation decisions very soon, and that's the reason. If you want to take part of this, please take a contact to Mr. Tushar, and let's continue the negotiation. He can help in first level, and then we can join with the discussion when you have take the first step. And like we have said, now it's time to make first parks decisions, different cities, And of course, India has so many cities. There is lots of the possibilities for you guys to investing. And I can confirm that all our partners are so happy today, and they are now investing more. For example, our partner in Philippines, in Manila, they invest in SuperPark and opening now in October 23, and now end of the year they decided to open the second. Now it's coming springtime second. Kuwait guys, for example, they opened SuperPark 22. Now they have 4 park, and 5th is coming in Kuwait in this year. And this year, the Kuwait guys wanted also open the Saudi Arabia, Dubai. It gives the proof of the concept, like I said, unique concept, proof of the business, and global. This is the words how we are doing, and then let's chasing the family entertainment in next level in the India. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Juha. Actually, this is a testimony that in Kuwait, one person started with 1 and now they have 4. And similar story in Philippines. That's great for the investors because that gives a proof of concept. And also, aside to all the attendees, people who want to ask more, who have more queries and have more questions, they are free to connect with me. I have shared my details in the chat box. Also shared my email ID and my number. So please feel free to connect with me anytime regarding the same. And also thank you everybody who's here for taking time out at attending this meeting. Thank you so much.